viewers, and welcome back to Planet Cryos. I recently obtained a new helper to the channel, and I want to take a moment to introduce you, so stick around. Alright, so I know you want to see what I got for you, and obviously from the title you can see exactly what this is going to be. So currently what I'm using for lighting, coming from the background, coming from the GoPro here, is just a couple of clamp-on LED lights. I got a little button on them. I'll actually, give me a second, I'll show you what I have. I actually showed them in a last video, but I have to turn one of these off just to show you. And they clamp on, that's probably why it shook a little bit there, but here's what they are. And they just have a clamp. They've worked for a while. I mean, they're alright. It's just almost not enough light. I'm hoping that this new lighting system is going to be a little bit better for a couple of different reasons. But let me put this back on without shaking the camera too much there. And see if I can get this. Okay. So that's kind of, it's not a big pain to set those up, but anyway, what I got here is a new light system. It's a light ring. It's made by, let's see, it's IVISii, looks like II or 11. It's like IVISii. It's a 19-inch ring light. And yeah, so I figured I'd do the unboxing here and set it up, and hopefully it works while it's on camera, and do kind of a quick review of it and what I think. Not sure how long this video is going to be, but make it as short as possible for just opening this up. So let's get started with this. First off, this came in another box. I ordered this from Amazon, and it has a couple of different features on it, which I liked. It's got a controller on the back of the actual ring light itself, and it allows you to control the intensity of the light. It allows you to also control the warmth of the light, so whether it's a little more yellow or a little, if it's whiter. It's got a little bit of damage to the bottom of the box here, not real significant. So let's go ahead and open this. I'm going to try to catch as much on. Right now my kitchen table is being occupied, so I can't really use that, so I have to kind of just do it here. But we'll try to get through this the best we can. I'm going to open this on the ground, pull the parts out one by one. See what we got here. Alright. This comes in a... Actually, comes in a bag, so that's kind of nice. And then at the bottom of the box, looks like it's got a, might have to open up the bottom of the box here because it's not slipping out too easy. There it comes. Okay, so it's got, looks like the stand for it comes in this style type package. Let's get this open. I don't know how cheap or expensive this is going to look or feel. Right now it's got a little bit of weight to it. The tripod that I'm using for the GoPro is kind of, it's an older one. I actually got it from my father as kind of a pass down. It's meant for, small to medium sized camcorder. It's got an aluminum housing on it. And this probably almost weighs, probably a little less, because that thing's got a lot more features on it. But, alright. So it looks like it's got another, feels like an aluminum framing. It's pretty light. It's not real heavy. And so these things evidently fold. It's got a wing nut here that you can use to tighten these. Try not to hit myself here. And looks like that does that. And that's to its full extent. So these legs don't get any longer. These legs are rigid and they don't move. The only thing that does move, I mean, you can adjust it a little bit if you had a like a narrower region you had to put these in. Actually, no, you couldn't, because it would be going the other direction. So I guess this is as narrow as they go, right? But they could get wider if you want more of a stance. Maybe you're doing it on carpet or something, which I have carpet in here. So that's its narrowest stance. And we set that up. And then the telescoping, it's got 3 wing nuts for each stage of the telescoping region. And they do have locks, so you can't, it won't remove unless you remove, looks like maybe if you took a screwdriver and removed this, you might be able to get the whole thing out. But I don't see a reason to do that. So it's got 3 telescoping positions. I don't know how good of an idea you're going to get from this, because I'm kind of working a confined space. I'll give you an idea. As far as my height goes, I'm going to stand up next to it. So it may describe in there, but it looks like it's about 6 foot. So I'm 5'6", and it looks like it goes about another roughly 6 inches taller than me for the absolute top. And like I said, you can make it shorter to pretty much any height you want. So my recommendation of not using these type of things all the time, and pretty new to all the YouTubing and camera setup and lighting setup, it's going to take me a while to figure all this out over the course of time. But I would say if you're going to use this telescoping and you're going to shorten from the top down, not from the bottom up, so you get the most sturdiness. The thicker it is, I would say it'll probably be better. But anyhow, that's just my opinion. So it's got an aluminum threaded piece here that we're going to mount the ring light to, I'm assuming. And as we get to the light itself, it came in this. Looks like the light comes in a case, I guess, for portability. So, not the most expensive feeling case, but you can see there's some threading kind of coming off here. It's got a carrying strap, either by hand or looks like you might be able to adjust this so you can use it over your shoulder. This piece, I'm not sure how much longer it gets, but you might be able to put that over your shoulder. So let's open this thing up. We can figure out how it opens up here. And we've got our contents, which one's in a box here. We've got our light. Yeah, I'll just take that out and start showing you that. Okay, so first impression, this is all plastic material. So I'm not sure how long that's going to last. It's got the diffusers on it. I do believe that it comes with it should come with other diffusers, like 2 or 3 other color diffusers that you put on this. It's It's got the controller on the back, like I was saying. Now, you can actually buy, one good thing about this that I want to mention, one of the first things, is you can buy multiples of these. And they got a spot here where it says CH for channel. And you can either have the remote, and you can link these up so they all work together. So if you want to dim the lights or adjust the, so for instance, the intensity of the light or the warmth of the light, you can actually sync them so they'll all work together. So if you have 2, 3, 4 of them, and you have your intensity over here. Now it does have a USB. It says QC 3.0. I'm not sure what the QC means, but this allows you to actually charge like your GoPro or a charging device up here while it's in use. So that's kind of cool. You got your on and off switch. You can actually, I believe, either purchase, I'm not sure if it comes with batteries, but it's got batteries that can go in here, and you can actually run it off of batteries, just batteries. Or so there's got a toggle switch here. So to the right is just batteries, or to the left is you're running it off of the DC 15 volts actually. So we will continue on this journey here. I am not going to use, I'm not going to use anything but the white light. I have no need for anything else. So I believe these are the other so let's see, it comes with, looks like we got some blue. I don't think I'm going to take them out, but you can kind of get the idea. So it comes with blue diffusers. It comes with green diffusers. And it comes with red diffusers. So you can get creative and you can put one on each. Or whatever you want to do. Set it up, set the colors up the way you want to set them up. Maybe even have a unique video that you want to create where you want the colors. That's fine. I don't need to do that though. At least not right now. It's like there's some hardware in here. Okay. So we have our, this is like for a tablet. You might be able to put a large iPhone or a phone in there. Nope, won't fit a phone. Okay, so basically that's just for like a, I guess a smaller tablet or something. I mean, won't fit the phone because it's too big that way and too small this way. I mean, if I didn't have the case on my phone, it would probably go in, but I believe when I was looking this up and reading about it, this piece was for a tablet. It's got some soft pads on the inside to kind of, I guess, help protect against scratches. We have some Velcro. I gotta tie up some wire or something. We have our battery supply for 5 volt or 15 volts, excuse me. Yep, 4 amps. 15 volt, 4 amps. We got a power cable. We got another power cable. Ah, this is for a different country right here. Look at that. So we have our US one, which is not grounded, which kind of surprises me. There's no ground on this. I don't like that, but that's what it is. What else do we have? Now this one, I think, is more for our phone, if we wanted it. So you can actually unscrew this. Not sure how wide this goes, but we're going to unscrew that. And we're close to putting that in. There we go. So if you turn on your selfie camera or the front-facing camera, selfie, or you could turn it around. So that'll hold it in that position, or you can loosen up this back portion here, and this one won't rotate all the way. Yeah, so it doesn't do just as far as that goes, unless you take it out, for instance. So it can't get adjusted on the fly unless we do it this way. I know this is kind of weird, it's awkward. So if I put it right there, I could keep it in that position, I suppose. And then if I wanted to, you can rotate it up. So this would be sitting on the tripod like this. And there's the threads. But this is all plastic. And it's got another threaded portion there, so you can actually mount it in a couple of different ways, however you want. But again, this is all plastic stuff, so you gotta be a little more gentle with it if you want it to last. We have, these are for mounting various different applications for cameras, I believe. This one's on a ball, so this one can get mounted in there. What else do we have here? We have another one. This is basically your quick mount. So on your ring light, it's got 3 different spots right here, and this will slip right in like so, and then basically you're going to lock this down, although I can't do it one-handed. It's not really seeming like it's meant for that spot or that spot. So this square piece that's on the bottom, I know is meant to go in there. So I might have to figure this out, because I have 2 of them. And in order for this not to slide all around, I'm not quite sure how that works just yet. Might have to play with that off camera. I don't know. Maybe we'll try to figure something else out here. So we got a couple other parts. Looks like a stand. So should have left these for last. These are I guess the most difficult to figure out. So these do screw all the way down. But my question is when I'm mounting the GoPro, I have these, I don't really have any other one here. I can't show you because that's being used on the GoPro, but I might have it in here. No. All right, I thought I had it in there. So I have a piece. Actually, I have kind of one right here. This is kind of like a little stand you can use for the camera. And actually, this is the piece I was looking for. So this piece is for the GoPro, right? So it can mount. And basically, I just have a GoPro has 2 tabs that go and they sit down in here, and then it goes through like this, and it locks the GoPro in from tilting left and right. But this portion gets threaded on to something either like this, right? So that can get threaded on like that, but that piece, or this piece alone, has got to get threaded onto here. Now, I'm not sure if I'm just supposed to bottom that out, because I would think that would be the lock ring to come up and lock it. But that means that this is not tight. I suppose that is what's going to have to happen. But again, this square piece on the bottom doesn't fit. Well, it fits, but it's too loose. So anything that goes in here, the square piece just spins around in there. You can't tighten it down to itself. So the only thing that I can think of, now I'm doing this without reading instructions. Typical guy. So the only thing I think of is make it as snug as possible and do a fitment. So kind of, that didn't really work because, I mean, that's kind of snug in there, I guess. So I got it to fit in there, but in order to take it out, it's going to take a little bit of effort or twisting that. So that portion I'm not happy with. And then the only other thing you can do, right, is take one of these, and then you can't, here's the problem now. So now this is loose. And if I tighten it, it's going the wrong direction. My GoPro doesn't adjust from there. It doesn't adjust left and right, just up, tilting. So this kind of doesn't make any sense to me. Because normally that would be a lock ring to come up and grab that. So I'm not quite sure about that. We may have to touch base on the instructions and see what that's about. I mean, this is kind of nice where I suppose I could use this. Now this doesn't really, oh, maybe it does. Okay, so this one adjusts. So if I use this in conjunction with this, then this one has the ability, it has this little wing nut type style on here where it allows this portion to be free. And also this piece on these threads right here have the ability to adjust and come up and lock it. So this would be probably my only option to use if I was going to use the GoPro in conjunction with the ring light. I could still use this tripod. That's where I have to kind of figure out my lighting situation. But I could still use this tripod and have the light come from a different direction. Kind of like at a 45-degree angle or maybe a little less. I don't know. I'm not up on lighting. But anyway, I have some options here. I got to figure that out. And the other couple things that are in here, you do get you get some pictures here actually. So those are the pictures. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that because I have to stay about a foot away from the GoPro to be able to see anything. So you get some, looks like some Chinese, because I think this is from China. Some Chinese writing, but they're still all just pictures. But none of these pictures actually help me. So that's just how to set up the tripod, which is strange. And we got this other stuff, I guess, that just tells you what stuff does. So I just kind of let you know is what it is. It's kind of instruction. This is instruction manuals, but so they call those holders on the top that I was trying to fit those square pieces in. So these pieces, where that goes, it actually says for under number 1, it says hot shoe screw mount. And the battery slots evidently are lithium battery clips. So looks like you can buy those separately, but it doesn't come with. Now, I got a little remote here. You know what? I'm not sure what this is because I didn't see this This is another thing I'm going to have to figure out. So, and like I said, everything in here is pretty cheap. Kind of rattles. So you got camera 360, iOS, and then something else that I'm not entirely sure what that says. Well, I don't think that's in English. But you got two buttons. The top one says camera 360 iOS. The bottom one says something, but you got a little on and off button. Oh, on the side of it. I don't know. I don't quite know how that works with it. But this should be our remote. And all the controls that were on the back of it, I should be able to use this from the front of it and just point at it. It comes with the battery. There's some instructions in there. And I'll say the remote, the construction of the remote, the very first feel of it feels much better than almost any other part of the unit. I mean, it's still like a plastic, a cheaper plastic, but still feels a lot nicer. It just feels like, I don't know, kind of heavy duty. So it's got a dial wheel on it, power button, channel button, the intensity of the light. So, yeah. Light, remote control, of course, made in China. Takes the CR2032 3-volt battery. So there's the controller. And looks like, okay, so the bottom just rolls out for you to place the battery in it. And that's that. Alright, so the unboxing is done. I think what we're going to do is kind of quickly hook up the light without the remote and see what it kind of looks like. I'm just going to put all these parts back. I'm not going to use any of these. Ooh. We will need power. Get these out of the way. So, again, like these things, these are actually kind of coming off here. But just show you. That's all those little yellow dots are LEDs. And hopefully this thing works. So, there we go. We're going to set this down, get our cable, power cable ready here. I'm just hoping this is going to give off a little more light, just be a little nicer. And they're just using these couple of lights that I have. I mean, they've been okay, but it still hasn't provided a lot of light. So I'm just kind of hoping for something a little bit better. Alright, so we got our power cable here, and need to figure out actually how this thing hooks up. Okay. So it looks like you can use the tripod that it comes with as just a camera holder. Otherwise, this thing gets rotated down. This is all cheap plastic. It's got detents in it for it to lock in, but you gotta be careful with it. The second one is just a screw that goes through. We're gonna undo that, and that screw is going to lock. I'm going to show you because I'm going to set this up off camera. So this is the tripod, right? And this piece, I believe that screw is going to come down. You insert it and it's going to come down. And it's going to lock on right to there so it doesn't move. But otherwise, you could actually take your camera and hook it up right to there if you just want to use this as a tripod. Which I don't know why you would want to do, but yeah. I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to plug this in. Actually, let me move this chair out of the way. I could do this standing up, I suppose. We're gonna point this, I think, up a little bit more. You just gotta see where the camera is. Okay. We're gonna go right about there for right now. Then I'll see where this is. So I'll put this in just like so. Not a fan of the way this hooks up. I mean, like at all. I don't really like it. It's kind of flimsy because it's just plastic. But I don't anticipate taking this apart like all the time. I don't know. But this is pretty high, and this is not at its lowest. But there you go. Probably didn't even need to put the camera up, did I? Yeah, I guess I did. All right. So, and that was that detent for this upper one, which probably isn't a good idea to do. All right, so let's get this thing plugged in and try it out. Find an outlet. About to drop this thing. I guess they give you enough lead on the power, which is kind of nice. All right, so that's in, and there we go. Woo! That's gotta be bright. That is super bright. Wow. Oh man, you can't tell me that's not bright. Wow, wow, wow. I don't even know if you can see me, but man, that is bright. So if we could turn the intensity down right there. Oop. That's 50% brightness right there. And we can keep coming down basically all the way to off. There's 2%, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And right there's 20% brightness. Right there is almost brighter than both my other ones. So that's for that one. Then we have, let's see. Okay, so you can actually just hit the button too. Now here's the warmth. So we could go super, like, all the way up to 5800K. It'll go up to. Otherwise, you come down and get more and more warm lighting that you generally see in people's housings with their light, all the way down to 3000K. That is that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to put this kind of behind the camera where I think I might want it. And then try it out there. And I could do it with the remote possibly, I think. But just hold tight for just a minute and I'm going to adjust a few things and I'll be right back. All right, so I got this light set up. So I'm kind of looking at this camera fairly straight. The camera's offset just a little bit to kind of get a a picture of my built PC and the monitors just a little bit, so that's why I'm off a little bit. So now the light, I'm doing this for a trial too, so when I make this I'll know a little bit better what the lighting color is and everything. So I went ahead and I got the light at about not quite a 45. A 45, if this is my 90, 45 would be somewhere in there, so it's probably at about 30 or 35 degrees offset, somewhere in there. So, but I went ahead and hooked up the remote. There's a little remote button on the back. You just hit it and it transfers over to here. So right now it's on a warm color, the warmest it can get, which is 3000, and it's only at 1%. Now I do have my main light in the back, and that's what's giving off most of the light in here, but it's just a lamp. But we could go ahead and even turn that off and see what this is like. So this has got a spin dial, and we're at 1%, 3000. So if we go up, that's 2%, 3%, 4, and it does have a button where you could just push, and it's like 25% increments, so it'll have 4 stages. But I just kind of wanted to see what it looks like, because I know this side is going to be a little bit more shadowed as this gets brighter, and I just want to see. I think I'm going to have it not a warm light. It's probably going to be a more of a brighter white, but I just want to see what this looks like. I mean, we're at 30% right there. That's starting to get even pretty bright. Let's take it up right to 50. There's 50% on warm. And then let's go to, there's 75. So I'm jumping 50 to 75, and right there's 100. So now we'll drop, that's off. And we're going to go to 1%, and now I'm going to go from 3K. I'm just going to go to its brightest, which is 5800K. And then we're going to go back to here. That's 2%. Let's go to 10. That's 10%. And this is what the controller looks like when I'm moving the dial. You can just see it adjust. I don't know how clear that's going to come in. Right there, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So there's 25%. And we'll have to see what that looks like, when I'm just talking to you like this. There's not too many places I can put that in here. I can't, put it off here, even add a 45. If I was going to do a 45, I'd have to take this camera and move it over more. And then I'd be talking more like this at the camera, which would be kind of weird. I don't know. So, I'd like to get my PC in the shot if we could. Then if we jump up to like 35%, that'd be 35% right there. And we'll go right to 50. There's 50. There's 75%. And 100. That is as bright as this thing can get, but oh my god, it's bright. So yeah, I got a lot that I can do here with this. This is nice. Again, off. Now, if I was to guess, I don't think I'd be using this is way too bright, right? That's off. Let me just turn off the other light, and then we'll get a little idea. That's 1%. Let's bring it up. There's 10%. There's 25%. We'll just jump right up. Well, actually, I kind of... It's hard to guess what I would even think is good, because I'm not, maybe something like that. I don't know. It's kind of hard. Even if I look at the camera, I don't know. That's actually not too bad. Just a lot of shadows, you know. Unless I put the ring directly, or put the camera directly in the center of the ring. But I think that's too much coming at my face. I mean, I could be wrong. Let's go up to, here's 40% right there. Let's go right up to 50. Now again, this is with the backlight off. There's 75. That's just getting too. That's ridiculously bright. So I think my sweet spot is somewhere 50 and under. I mean, I'm thinking somewhere around 35%, maybe 40. So that's 35, 40%. Now I do like how the controller, the backlight, because that's going to be one of your biggest things for the battery draining fast, is a backlight, because this looks like it's LCD, or it still could be, well, it's either LCD or it's LED. I'm not too sure. Either way, that's going to be your biggest drainer for the battery. So I do like it when you change it, how fast it goes off. So right there, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds. So that's kind of nice. I don't know how long the controller will last, but you can actually order these controllers separately, which is very nice. So that's a bonus. I think, I mean, it worked right out of the box. I didn't have any broken parts. There is one thing, instead of unplugging it and showing you again, there is, now let me just, before I mention that, I want to change this down just a little bit. That's 5K as far as warmth goes. So the one thing that I want to mention is the power cord itself in total is plenty of length to almost get to any outlet. It really is. However, the power cord going from the outlet to the power brick is long. Going from the power brick to the back of the light that supplies the 15 volts. All right, so the one that supplies the 120 volts, the long one, goes to the brick. But going from the brick, it's short. It's not very long. It's probably, right now I have to have it sitting on my desk because it's only maybe about 3.5 feet long. So you actually have to find a way to mount that. If you went up taller, I mean, it's fine if I have something right next to it, but if this was standing alone and, like, you know, there's no tables or anything around, it's either you would have to plug it into the light and let it dangle, which is no good, or you have to, like, zip tie it on or somehow figure a way, unless the thing wasn't for, I think that was for, yeah, it had to be for a tablet, because it's just, I don't know why they would make that so short. I mean, why can't you make that just, you know, another, I don't know, you can make that almost the same length as the other one. I mean, I know you lose resistance, but you could just, I don't know, you create more resistance the longer the line is, but I can't figure a reason that it would be that bad for this light. So I mean, the other issue is definitely where the light mounts to the tripod. That whole plastic mechanism is a little on the cheap side. That should be, in my opinion, some sort of an aluminum or metal of some sort to make it a little more durable. Even if the wing nuts and everything are plastic, that's fine. And I don't mean just the wing nut end that you put your hand on, not the actual screw. The screw's got to be steel, which this is. and that's all fine. But the plastic and then the retentions, so if you start leaning that forward, those spots, the retention spots, are going to eventually wear out if you move this around a lot, or if you forget to loosen it up and then adjust it. And because it's what I did earlier, I'm just not thinking about it and I moved it. That would be my two biggest complaints of the whole thing. Otherwise, this is a lot of light. So far, I'm liking it. And I've got no complaints. Looks like I can, just shut it off with a button and power it back on. Now, at the bottom, you'll see like A, B, C, D, E, and F. I don't know if you can see that. So those represent, I believe, the different channels you can have. And if you set like all of them to like A channel or B channel and so forth, so on, then you can control multiple lights with one controller. Or it may be you can have up to A, B, so it's 3, so that's 6 lights. You might be able to control 6 lights with one of these. It's either 6 lights or you can have multiple channels. So I'm not. So if I went over a channel, that's channel 1, channel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It just keeps going and going. I mean, I was up to 34 channels right there. Not too sure. Yeah, because now it doesn't work. So I'm on channel 14 and it does not work. It's probably because the back of that is not set to channel 14. So if I go back to channel and we go all the way back down to 1, select channel again, and now it can control it. So I'd have to do a little research. I'm not sure what the A, B, C, D, E, and F mean. Let me get the instructions quick. So let's see. That is, if it says it on here. I'm sure it does. Okay, so that's a group. They consider all the letters group display. Well, I'll have to read up on that and or watch somebody that uses it. Group display. I think that's what it is, though. So if you have a bunch that's in Group A, it could be Channel 1, Group A. So you set them all to like A. So if you had just 2 of them, you set both of them to Group A, and they're on Channel 1. That's still kind of weird, but press a group setting, GP, to change the group. There are a total of A, B, C, D, E groups, even though this one says F. And display shows the existing group. When switching to a different group, the ring light will adjust the brightness based on the last saved parameter. Oh, okay. So it has to do... Okay, so it's like a saved parameter. Ah. Okay. It's saved... Those are save points. Okay. So you can have, like, a bunch of them on one channel 1. Or you can have one channel 1, one channel 2, channel 3, and so on, or whatever. I don't know how many it'll allow you to go on each channel, but it's the channel that matters. So the alphabet letters indicate the save parameter. So if I keep it on this and then turn it off with Group A, so like right now I'm on B. Well, okay, so for instance, A is 40% 5000K. If I switch it over to B, it jumps up to 50% 5400K. But I can change that. So if we go all the way to our brightness, I'm assuming. I mean, I really don't know. Just trying out stuff. Oop. So how does that? And then that's interesting. I would have to figure out how to actually save it. I'd have to figure that out because it's not really changing anything. Oh. So interesting. So it does only go, so it's kind of weird. So this ring light goes up to 5800 max, but the controller actually goes past 5800. So sorry, there was some dead air there. I was just trying to figure this out. That is so. Oh, this is an LCD screen, by the way, because it says in here. Yeah, and it only says it switches between colors between 3000 between 3000 and 5800. So it's funny that the controller goes beyond that. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So there you have it. I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit myself and figure out, um, just how I like it and want it. And but anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share the content. Comment down below. Let me know what light level you think is the best, because I really would like to know. But until next time, take care. All right. So I actually just figured out one other thing that was kind of annoying me, and now it's one less thing that's actually I think is bad about this unit. I mean, overall, I think it's a good unit. However, so these pieces that I was referring to earlier that go in there, now they still don't fit properly in the holders on the ring light. However, see the separation in it now? These two things were together. I thought they were so tightly bound, I didn't even recognize that there's a slit in them and that they separate. So I thought it was either you had to use this to pinch down here or use it to pinch up top. So then I was just playing with it, and then I'm like, oh, so this one's for the top lock and the bottom, and they move a lot freer too, and this one's for the bottom. So that makes more sense. However, you still, when you put in the bottom, it's kind of hard to grip this, but when you put in this bottom piece, this whole entire thing spins in there. This square should fit, I'm not going to say super snug, but it should fit in there to where if you twist the whole thing, it doesn't spin. That would be a design improvement. I mean, yeah, it's nice that this comes down and locks, but you have to hold on the top so the whole entire thing doesn't spin. So it's just a little added thing. It's still got a flaw. However, it is much better now that I can separate these two rings and use them as a lock ring for the top, ring for the GoPro or the camera, whatever you're using, and one for the bottom where it mounts in the saddle. So there's just another thing I wanted to add in here. All right, I had to cut in here to actually let you know something that I figured out with the power supply. This strap is actually meant for the power supply. So you're going to, this actually mounts right to the tripod itself. So you just grab the power supply brick and you wrap this around the tripod, and that's how it gets mounted. I'm not sure if there's a determined spot for where it gets mounted, but just obviously, you know, it's wherever you want it as long as it reaches. So that was one thing. The other thing was this remote, I believe it's for like an Android or an iPhone. Basically, if you hook it up, and I think if you plug it in to the I don't know, I think you can sync it to this or something. I'm not sure, but I'm never going to use this, so that's never going to come in handy. So those are the two things I wanted to let you know, and thanks.